My name is Daria Borovyk. I'm an architect and urban planner, originally from Odessa, Ukraine. So since the beginning of full-scale invasion, I was actually outside Ukraine for a while, so the influence of it was significant on my career path. I spent a bit over a year in Denmark, where I was also working as an urban designer at Gehl Architects, and that shaped my views quite a bit. That also taught me that urban designers and urban researchers are the people who need to work where they are needed, and that also led me to return to Ukraine, because I felt that the approach of making cities for people and actually caring about people, which Gehl promotes, was very much needed from where I was from. So I returned here to Ukraine, and I joined a team of Restart. That's an urban agency where we deal with the recovery of urban and rural settlements in Ukraine. And of course, the whole work we do is related to recovery and related to war events in one way or another. So I would say that full-scale invasion completely reshaped my career path in that sense. In addition to that, I serve in Ukrainian volunteer army to actually protect the cities and settlements that we are trying to think of recovery for the future. What motivated me to generally to join the volunteer army and do both in the same time as one, I ask myself whether I live the life of somebody I think I am, and now I actually can say that I live a life of somebody I believe I am. So I'm aligned with my values, which is really calming and giving the strength to move forward. And in the same time, I ask myself what is important. And of course, recovery is very important. But then to recover the cities, we need to actually have them in and have the state to live in. So I'm trying to kind of do both. One is for today. One is something I can do for today, and another is something I do for our tomorrow, because recovery is, for me, is still a question of tomorrow. And of course, the biggest motivation is the soldiers I work for, because if somebody in front of you just with injuries walked for 24 hours, being threatened to be killed at any point of that journey, and then you're helping them during the evacuation, and the only thing they say is, "You're such a beautiful woman," that is very motivating. That these people, they have the ability to support me in while they're being in a very difficult situation themselves. And I think that care and love that people can express when they're in a life-threatening situation is very motivating and gives a lot of strength. As for combining the work on urban projects and being in volunteer army, that's I have a privilege to not to be a subject of joining the regular army, where I would not be able to combine my activities. A volunteer army is pretty open to the schedule and my the time I devote to volunteering. So in the same time, I'm very lucky to be part of Restart, where people are very accepting of what I do and very supportive of what I do. So it means that normally I'm in Kyiv for around 4 weeks, and then I go for 2 or 4 weeks volunteering next to frontline or closer to frontline as a paramedic, and that could mean both me missing some meetings or some tasks, or joining the meetings from some odd places with weird internet signal. But then the team is ready to take on some of my tasks and actually back me up whenever I fail to combine both in the same time. At Restart, we are working on recovery projects, so that varies in scales. So it could be a project of a small school building, which we are now developing in Bucha. That's very much related to engaging with the local community and seeing what their needs are and how we can support local children in having higher quality of their education, being more connected to nature, and at the same time having a space where they could talk and where they could also recover from the everyday war impacts that they face. In the same time, we're involved in much larger projects, such as concepts of integrated development or recovery, comprehensive recovery programs, which we developed for 8 hromadas or territorial communities in Ukraine. These are strategic documents which talk about recovery within 10, 20, and 50 years time frames. So as we say, and as we quickly understood at the Restart, that recovery is a very complex process, and we cannot approach it just from one scale or for one region or have one solution for all. We're really trying to get into depth of understanding what is the local need and how we can best support the community we're working with. And that is as for the projects. Well, I can also actually mention one more project we are working at Restart. It is connected to supporting veterans, especially those with disabilities. And that is, again, a very complex topic we are just starting to work with. We're trying to be very careful and mindful in how we approach this topic. But again, what we can say already is that it is complex, it is a massive topic, and we need to approach it from different scales. That's what we can see already. So we are looking at the policy level, we are looking at the urban planning and structures, how we can support our cities to be more inclusive and accessible from both physical and psychological perspective. But in the same time, we're looking at the very concrete pilot projects we can do to support those veterans who are now on rehabilitation to actually feel more welcomed in the cities when they return there. One thing is to not to be afraid to act and do what you feel is right in your life would be the one. Yeah.